Let us look at the another property of the well-behaved preferences, which is averages are preferred to extremes. Yesterday we looked at the first property of this well-behaved preferences, which were monotonicity of preferences. More is better. Now here we're going to look at the another property of the well-behaved preferences, which are averages are preferred to extremes. So what do? You draw an indifference curve, right? And you take up one bundle here, let us say, let me call this as bundle x1, x2, right? And let me call this as bundle y1, y2, although this is wrong. I mean, I should be rather calling it as, because I am drawing this as in x1, x2 space, so I should be writing x11, x21, x12, x22 and so on, but it will be too much of the effort. So you can just write like y1, y2, this bundle. Now both of these bundles are on the indifference curve, correct? Both of them are going to give you the same utility, right? Now you take up the average of these two bundles. So the average of these two bundles would be the average of the first commodity, that is x1 plus y1 upon 2, plus comma average of the second commodity, x2 plus y2 upon 2. That's what you will be doing, right? So it is average of these two bundles is what? Half of x1 plus half of y1, right? Or this is half of x2 plus half of y2. So this bundle would lie somewhere here. So what I can do probably is that I can just join them by a line segment. And this bundle is going to lie somewhere here, beta. This bundle. This average bundle, which we have just written, that is x1 plus y1 upon 2, comma x2 plus y2 upon 2. This is going to lie just somewhere in the middle of these 2 points. Now what we are saying is that this bundle, that is the average bundle, is going to be preferred to these extreme bundles. So I call this as A bundle, as the average bundle, and I call these as E1, E2 bundles, basically your extreme bundles. Now we are saying that this is preferred to this. Why? Because you can also draw an indifference curve which is passing through this bundle A. So the indifference curve passing through bundle A, one is going to lie on the higher utility. I mean, of course, the indifference curve passing through E1 and E2 is, let's say, U1, and the indifference curve passing through A is U2. So the utility which you derive from consuming the average bundle is more than the utility which you derive from consuming the extreme bundle, right? So one explanation is that yes, this is what is meant by averages are preferred to extremes, right? One is this thing. The another thing is that you can also sort of just mark all the bundles which are weakly preferred to x1, x2, right? So all of them, all of these bundles which are above this, all of these are weakly preferred to x1, x2. You know what is weakly preferred? They are giving you at least the same utility as what x1, x2 is providing. So all the bundles on this indifference curve are providing the same utility, and all the bundles above this indifference curve are providing more utility, right? So what do you have? So this is what my weakly preferred set is, which I have just drawn right here. This is a weakly preferred set. Well, if this is a weakly preferred set, so what is the property of this set? So if you have convex preferences like this, so when averages are preferred to extremes, then you generate what we call as convex preferences. I'll just let you know. The set, the weakly preferred set, is going to be a convex set. Now, what do you mean by this? Convex set has a property that you pick up any 2 points in this set and you join them by a line segment. That line segment will lie entirely within the set, right? That is what is meant by convex set. So convex set is you pick up any 2 points. So I've picked up these 2 points. These 2 points are lying within the set, and this line is lying entirely within the set. So this becomes a convex set. So if this property is satisfied, then you can say the weakly preferred set is a convex set. Weakly preferred set is a convex set. One thing is that. Achha, one more thing which I want to tell. One, I have written this as completely as a midpoint. You can also write this in terms of any combination. Now, it could be, for example, this is not only true for, okay, I'll draw the another curve so that becomes clear. So you have x2 here, you have x1 here, you have this utility here, you picked up 2 points, x1, x2, y1, y2. You picked up these 2 points, beta, and you join them by line segment. And you marked this point. You could have also marked this point, where the distance from this bundle, E1 let's say, to this particular point is just 25%, you can say. So moving from this point E to this bundle A is 50% of the distance. But here it's, let's say it is 25%, the distance between this. And the distance from this bundle, E2, to this particular point, let's say B, is 75%. So if this is 25, then it has to be 75. So this is not only true for this A bundle, it could be any weighted average, not necessarily just an average, it could be any weighted average. So even the curve which you're going to draw from point B, that also is going to lie above, right? So this is not only true for the weight which is half, it could be anything. So one or two things which I just want to write. One, the weighted average bundle so this weighted average bundle, this one, so it has half amount of x1 and half amount of y1, half amount of x2 and half amount of y2. So weighted average bundle has the average amount of good one and the average amount of good 2 present in even E2. Even E2 are your extreme bundles, right? Now, you don't need to write this only for half. I mean, you can also write for any T also. That's what it is. So for any weight, so although we have given example of half here, but it could be true for any T. So please write that any T between 0 to 1. So any weight T, between 0 to 1, right, can satisfy all this. So what you're trying to say is this, you can write this as a weighted average as Tx1 plus 1 minus T y1, Tx2 plus 1 minus T y2. That's what it is, right? So you write it as a weighted average. So this is what an example I have given you. So you move from E1 to B. Let's say this B is lying at 25% of the distance. So this T is, let's say, 1 by 4, right? So the distance from x1 to b is 1 by 4, but the distance from y1 to b is 3 by 4. So you write it like 1 by 4 x1 plus 3 by 4 y1 and so on and so forth. So you like this. So this is an average bundle, beta. This is an average bundle. And you are saying that this average bundle is preferred to the extreme bundle, x1, x2. This average bundle is preferred to the extreme bundle, right? So other thing which I have already told you, that this weakly preferred set is a convex set for these bundles. So, and convex set has what property? That you pick up any 2 points on this set and you join those points with a line segment. That line segment will lie entirely within the set. That's one thing. You can also have an example of the preferences which are not convex, right? For example, the preferences like preferences like this. So you have, supposedly if this is the utility function, I don't know how, but let's say if this is the utility function and or the indifference curve, and you join them by a line segment, these 2 points. You've taken these 2 points in this. First of all, you have marked what is the weakly preferred set for this. So this is the weakly preferred set for this bundle, for this indifference curve, and you have taken 2 points on this weakly preferred set which I have just marked, join them by line segment. Is this line segment lying entirely within the set? Now you can't tell me and say that no, I have taken up these 2 points and this is lying entirely within the set. It's about all such points, not only about one particular thing. So I picked up these 2 points and I joined them by a line segment. That line segment is not lying entirely within the set, hence it cannot be a convex set. So these are non-convex preferences. And here, so these are 2 extreme bundles. I mean, you can also not necessarily, I mean, you can just probably take up like this. So maybe even you can take up this bundle. One, you have shown that this is not a weakly preferred, this is not this is not a convex set. Then you picked up 2 points here which are extreme points, E1, E2. Again, join them by line segment. You've got the average point. Now, this average point is not preferred to these extreme points out here, because the utility or the indifference curve, maybe which is passing through the average point, is this. The indifference curve passing through the average point is this. So here in this case, the averaged bundle is like this. So average is not preferred to extremes here in this case. So for the non-convex preferences. These are non-convex preferences. Or you have also an example of concave preferences. So you have x1 here, you have x2 here, you have this thing here, and so these are concave preferences, and you pick them. You've picked up two extreme bundles, E1 and E2. You join them by line segment. The average of these two bundles will lie here, right? And here also, average is not preferred to extreme. It is going like this. And also, the weakly preferred set for these preferences is like this. So all of these, this is the weakly preferred set. This guy is weakly preferred set, and I have taken these E1 and E2 in weakly preferred set only, joined them by line segment. Is this line segment lie within the set? No, it is not. So this is not a convex set. So weakly preferred set of concave preferences is not a convex set here. So these are concave preferences. Why are we interested in convex preferences? Because generally goods are consumed together. So if you look at the concave preferences like this, I mean, the extreme points are what, E1 and E2. So if you are at E2, you are specializing in the consumption of X1. If you are at E1, you are specializing in the consumption of X2, right? So instead of specializing, we generally consume goods together. Do you eat only rice for complete month? You eat several things also, right? Or I mean, you can take up an example like this, for example, beer and milk. So if at a given point of time, if I think about it, I'll consume either beer or milk. So for that thing, if I'm at point E2, let's say, so I'm consuming only beer and no milk. If I'm at point this E1, I'm consuming only milk and no beer. That seems to be true as far as beer and milk are concerned. But at a point of time, would you want to consume half of beer and half of milk together? No. But if you look at it, I mean, as your monthly consumption, then at some points you would have consumed some amount of beer and some amount of milk, right? But it's just the perspective what you want to look at. But in general, what is true is that instead of specializing in the consumption of one commodity, you would want to consume both of the goods, right? So convex preferences, in general, that's true. I mean, when you say averages are preferred to extremes, because if you look at even the extremes like this, where should I say this? I mean, supposedly if you take up an example where this is also an extreme bundle, or here, something like this. This is also an extreme bundle. There's this huge amount of X1 and less amount of X2, this particular point. This point has huge amount of X1 and less amount of X2. This point has huge amount of X2 and less amount of X1. So it's also like specializing, right? But you would not want to specialize. Rather, you want to consume somewhere here in the middle. So in general, what is true is that yes, you would want to consume a mixture of both the commodities. For that, averages are preferred to extreme is a nice assumption to make. When extremes are preferred to averages, concave preferences are there, right? Or non-convex preferences are there. So the main reason for averages are preferred to extreme is basically, you would want to consume both the goods together. So what is it that you have done? So the first property of indifference curve, well-behaved preferences, more is better. Second property of well-behaved preferences, averages are preferred to extremes, right? Thank you.